Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CLOWNS podcast on your live stream at 7 o'clock on Monday. God, I love this time slot. This is Bruce Warchief Hoover.
And Kyle Darth Cooch Cookenbecker.
How's everything going, Kyle? Haven't talked to you. You weren't on the past cast.
No, things are going pretty good, just school and life.
Yep. This is your, we're the CLOWNS. We're your one-stop shop for anything nerdy, anime, wrestling, if you really want to talk about that. Me and Kyle have been waiting for that day. Haven't had that happen yet.
26 minutes isn't enough.
I know. But, I mean, other than that, we're always looking for conversational points. This is our Monday show where we just sit around and talk about things that we normally wouldn't have like a giant cast about, where we don't need everybody's attention. Well, everybody as in the rest of the cast, because all five of us don't need to be here for it. All five of us probably need this topic of conversation, but
well, yeah,
of course.
But it also gives us an opportunity to bring friends on that we wouldn't really bring on for the actual cast. So,
oh yeah, of course, because we don't want people to be quiet.
Segue.
Hey,
hi. I told you I was gonna do it. I like hiding behind this right now.
It's awesome, right?
Although now it's
interesting because like people who are listening to this on the cast can't see this, but people who watch on YouTube can definitely see this. Once again, this video we have follow us on YouTube and Facebook. Our YouTube will have not only these casts, our regular casts dropped weekly for those who don't want to listen to a podcast format, as well as our D&D who don't get the chance to catch our streams, which we are recording later today on Sunday because we record this before that. Yay, the delusion is shattered.
What? We're not doing this live?
F it, we'll do it live. No, I'm kidding. But we had a friend, Tony Zalise from high school, actually stopping by today. I asked him on because, how's everything going with you?
everything's all right. Can't complain. Life is.
Yes, you can.
I could, but no one's ever going to listen, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have an open microphone for you to complain. This is that moment for people to complain.
Well, I need to lay down then for this. Okay.
There we go.
So when I was a child,
It all started when I was a kid. Oh, geez.
How does that make you feel?
But no, I always wanted to. I always we had a fitness episode
Okay.
a year back, and we never got a chance to get around to ever, catching back up on that because it was really I hijacked an entire 40-minute cast to talk about this. I didn't care what anybody else had to say. I'm doing this. It's something that I feel needs to be done, and we don't do it enough because we go to conventions and we go to all these other things, and everyone's like, oh, I don't feel like I can be this great cosplayer. I'm not telling you to go get skinny to fit into character. That's on you. I'm telling you to get skinny to live. Being alive.
quality of life.
Exactly. Being alive is probably the most intelligent. Kyle, since the last time we did our cast, how much have you lost since then?
Since then, roughly 30-ish pounds since that cast.
And what's your motivation?
I want to go skydiving. I can't jump out of a plane until I'm 250 pounds.
Ah, dang. See, that's motivation.
That's a short-term goal, which is really good because you have something that you could attain within 6 months to a year easily.
Oh, by the way, why did I, for this kind of conversation, would I ask you on here? Give people a quick rundown.
Who are you?
That's it.
Who am I? I'm some guy they just found in the street. I was walking down with my dog and I lost him.
That was 15 years ago when I first met you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So yeah, my name's Tony. I've known these guys since high school. I went to school for personal training for fitness and exercise and became a personal trainer for a while. I actually have a huge passion for it, and I've been doing it I couldn't even tell you, since high school, basically. I've been working out. When I went to college, though, to get my certification and get my diploma, that's when I really that's when I went really aggressive with the working out and everything else. I did training for a little bit. I like doing it more to teach people. I like to see them progress and get better at what they do and learn stuff. I'm not really all about the selling the products or plans and stuff like that. I'm not a salesman, plain and simple, but I'm a teacher. So
As you can hear the dog in the background.
Someone let her out.
I know, right? I know, it's just annoying at this point. But you know what? But that was actually like another thing. I was joking about this in my head. I'm like, you know what? You get me and Kyle in good shape. You get Nick upstairs in good shape, and then you don't have to sell anything. We get the nerds to come to you.
We
that'd
can
be
make
cool.
that happen.
It's pretty much effectively what I was thinking about in my head. I'm like, I had one other guy beforehand in mind I was working with in the past I got directed to, and he just moved to California, so that doesn't really do me any good. So I'm like, oh, wait, there's one other person I know that could help me out. Now, see, my physical training, what I want to do, and the reason why I've been losing weight is, I do have the 9-year-old. That's probably my biggest one. That's why I quit smoking, too.
Okay.
Ryan,
Congratulations.
thank you. Ryan walked up to me and said, Daddy, I hate that I can't get near you while you have a cigarette. Well, I have no rebuttal for this. Put this out, shove this to the side. You win, child.
Wow,
And
nice,
then I just
nice.
took, okay. And then now I realize that she's going to grow up and be big, and she's getting my DNA. She's like 4'10", 4'11" at 9 years old, and she's 120 something pounds.
She's gonna be taller than me.
She's in like a month.
She might already be taller than you.
As I hide behind this thing again.
But no, she's I want her to see that, like, being working out and things like that is still something you can do. She lifted weights before in the garage, and she was like, I didn't mind that. I'm like, yes, I can deal with that. But also, like, I want to get into cosplay and like do a lot more. I did Red Hood, and I had to it's a very suction cup fitting shirt, and
What? A Batman lexicon character has a tight shirt?
hey, usually it's armor, but I did an Under Armour shirt. And I pulled it in, and I'm like, I don't look too bad. And I looked in a picture, and I went, I lied to myself. I don't look as good as I want. But I mean, I obviously know body type, chemistry, and things like that, and run into it. So that's why I contacted you originally, was because I also want to just get bigger, because I want to do All Might as well. I'm 6'1". I have, like, for most congoers, I'm bigger than most of them already. But, like, I want it to look good.
Because you're an adult. Most congoers are like...
No, they're not. They're still in their 20s. They just act like they live at home with it. Okay, well, man, I'm not done making fun of our own fan base here. But so here's some advice I wanted to get from you.
One of the things I always it's the hardest thing for people to learn when you want to lose weight is you got to figure out your eating habits. You'll never hear me ever say or mention diet. I hate the word diet. I was taught to just never say it, okay? The reason why is because when you think of diet, it's a short-term plan. It's not a long-term thing. When you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to be healthy, you're looking at the long term. You don't want to. So you lose 5 pounds, okay, cool, but you want to keep those off and maybe even lose more. So again, long term. Eating habits. I'm not saying that you have to go and be completely vegan in order to be completely healthy or anything else like that. As just one of those reactions alone.
Good.
Yeah, dang, there's too much part of the cow that I like to eat.
Pig is better.
Same here. I mean, I'll agree with that.
Well, one of the things I've said is the main thing you have to remember is just portion control everything. It's the highest thing and hardest thing to realize and do and learn.
That's very true.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even when I was at my peak physical fitness, when I was working out and everything else, I was still eating basically whatever I wanted. If I wanted some ice cream, I would eat some ice cream. If I wanted some cake. If I wanted salad, I'd eat a salad. The only thing is, when I ate it in proper amounts.
Oh, yeah. I was. You remember Nick Wallach from high school? Okay. Yeah,
Not offhand.
He was a really skinny kid. Like, he was very small. And now, you heard Protein Headquarters in Midlothian, and that's a workout shop. They help sponsor him because he's a professional bodybuilder.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So I messaged him first. I'm like, while I was messaging you, I'm like, hey, what is? I'm not going to ask you what you do to work out. That's a stupid thing for me to even ask. I can figure out millions of things to work out, and that's why I'm talking to you, because I'm not really going to. Like, Nick's workout is ridiculous compared to what I'm going to attempt to do.
Yeah.
And I asked him, like, what he eats, and he's like, I eat about 5 meals a day. A protein and a carb, which is like eggs in the morning with oatmeal, and then like somewhere around like 10 o'clock, I'll eat like chicken, fish, and it's like it just keeps going. It's like 8-ounce portions of everything. I'm like, holy crap! Like,
But
You're supposed to.
he needs that. I know he
Yeah,
needs
he's so
that.
Well, no,
specific.
doesn't that get keeps your metabolism going
as
throughout
well.
the entire
Yeah,
day? So
but I mean, he's
the
at a
smaller
very
meals-
strict. He's in a
Exactly.
strict diet. Again,
Oh, yeah.
this is because of a specific reason. That's more of the diet kind of thing.
Yeah.
A little bit of eating habits too. But I mean, when you're just going for the regular healthy living and everything like that,
Oh, yeah.
then you go more towards the eating habits and you change it up a lot. You're not going to go be nowhere near be as 5 meals a day or anything else like that.
Oh,
so.
no, I thought about it. I'm like, I just don't have the money for that. It's like, I could not see myself cooking and eating that much stuff like in one day.
I can't portion control that much.
No, not.
Well, not portion control, but go Sunday night, cook for the entire week and set up. like that.
No, and I can't convince the guys upstairs to do that for me. The people that live with me.
Well, reheating it, it's not the same either.
I know.
Well,
I get,
That's the biggest thing I think for me that I could never do that. It's just
I get sushi, so I'm happy with that.
I leave food in the fridge and it's gone. So
But yeah, no, it's like, so I don't know. As I asked that question, so it's like eating healthy, things of that nature. So like I've been trying to get down to like sushi. I go to the gym every day in between, and I don't think people need to like do that. But our biggest problem, though, we were talking about cons before. I'll see what your thought on that is, because you're talking about reheating. Conventions go all weekend.
Yeah.
And that is probably the most unhealthy 3 days of your life right there. I'm talking, you're going out every day. You're eating McDonald's, you're eating Burger King, you're eating Sonic, you're eating pizza. And you try to get out and eat healthy, but you're just not bringing anything with you. And if you're already eating on a budget, you're not going to go to places like the Hearth, what I went to at RamenCon, which is like, it's Irish fare, so it's like it's still going to be good for me depending on what I get off that menu because it's freshly cooked.
okay. Well, I mean, how often are you going to go on conventions?
Oh, jeez. Last year, I think I went to 18.
Okay, 18 out of 52 weeks
Yeah.
a year. All right, that's quite a bit.
Yeah,
But, I mean-
5-hour drives over to frickin' Ohio.
But one of the things, again, you could learn from your portion control. I mean, when you go to McDonald's, so you really need that big ass meal. Do you need to eat the fries? Do you really need to eat? One of the simple little tricks, even that I've other people tell me, it's like, if you order a burger, take off the top bun, maybe just leave the bottom bun.
Yeah.
It's simple little tricks like that could actually really help you out and not even realize it. I mean, one of the things I realize, like, I know there's plenty of times I'll go to McDonald's or I'll go to Wendy's and I'm starving and I'll, order tons of food. But technically, all I needed was like 2 little pieces and I was full.
Your
yeah.
eyes.
well, it's
like-
not even that. It's
I
how
know.
fast we eat as Americans.
Yep, that's actually that's
so
what.
you
Yeah.
slow down like they do in Europe, where they have conversations over meals, and it's your body actually gets to react to the food you're putting in it.
You're giving it time to actually hit your stomach and
Yes.
make it expand. That's why usually they tell you, like, if you eat a meal and you still feel hungry, you want to wait at least 20 to 30 minutes so that way it actually starts hitting there, and then are you really full? And if you think you might still be hungry, drink a little bit more water or juice, preferably not pop.
Yeah, you don't want the sugars.
Yeah.
I ended up that's why I started eating with chopsticks more often than not. People look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, what
So-
level?
'cause it takes you forever to eat it?
What level weeb status are you today? Because you're eating things in smaller bites versus like I'm not gonna pick up like a steak, like a full steak with a freaking. I'm not picking up a hamburger with a pair of chopsticks. I could. I'm not going to today. I could pull it off without stabbing through it, Kyle. I could pull it off, but it's like you eat everything in smaller like compressed like bites, so everything does get that chance to settle.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see that really like, except for like the weird comic tropes off of like some movies, like a really fat obese Asians. I think in Japan is because they all take that time to, like, this is what we made, or you can just have more rice and shut up.
Yeah.
It's like, you want more rice. That's all you get. Okay, but it was always, I don't know. I try to portion out that way. I think I don't know if it's a good idea or bad idea.
To each their own. Everyone's different. I mean, some people could eat. I mean, you look at the military. Military people are taught to eat quick as hell. Honestly,
I was
But-
wondering where you were going with
me and
this
Kyle
one.
sit here. We're like,
like I said, I knew.
Where are you going with this one?
But I mean, the military people are taught to eat really quickly because you don't know when you're going to have time to really eat again, or
well,
just
that
because you got so much stuff to do.
you have to get back to work.
Yeah. So, and when you're in it, you're thin, you're in shape, and everything else. So it really depends on what you're doing.
well, you also think back then we were like 1,000 times more active. You think
Yeah.
in the military we'd be sitting here talking on this thing right now? No,
Yeah.
we'd be out running right now, or hungover. One of the two.
That second one.
But again, you're adapting to a lifestyle.
Exactly.
That's what it is. So
Yeah.
you don't have to necessarily just change your life completely to eat slow or change your life to completely eat fast. It's just in how you live, basically. The lifestyle. Again, I would say, if anything, just eat. If you're gonna eat fast, eat just small little meal first, and then wait. I know it sucks. Patience. You
Yeah.
have patience for that stuff, and especially when you're smelling good food and you just had something really good. But just wait. If you're eating slow, then obviously you're going to feel it eventually, so you
Yeah.
don't really have to worry about that.
Now, how do we get this to the younger people? Because I honestly feel all of us, we get into this habit, and now we're 30, trying to get back into the habit of running around, actually being active. If we can get it to those younger kids and start them now, this problem would basically be almost null and void.
Well, the only way to teach little kids is by example.
Yeah.
I have to say. I mean, you can't show a kid like, do this, but I'm gonna do this. So
Practice what you preach.
yeah, I mean, it's not do as I say. Wait, what's that again? Do as I say,
do
not
as
as I do.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were talking about like eating habits. Like my body has completely like over the past like couple like months. Like I've been trying to eat healthier. I went out last night to a bar called Slap Shots with Kayla, and I had a hamburger for like I started like the ones that we made like here, and which was good quality beef. I don't know what they put in theirs. I know my body just immediately rejected everything. I was speeding like down my block. I didn't hit any stop signs. It was just it was
Well, you're
bad.
different. Your body's broken, so I mean, you
Oh.
can't process grease and stuff. So
It wasn't greasy. That's the worst part. It wasn't. There was not
just
like an
cheap.
ounce of grease.
It
It was
doesn't
just.
ma-
It
it-
was horrible because it was so bad for me. Like it should not. I should not have. I knew I shouldn't have eaten it, but I'm like, there's nothing on this menu that I'm.
It's amazing what happens to the body because you especially when you start eating healthier, you don't start eating fast food or greasy stuff like that, and then you start. And when you finally decide, okay, one day this is my cheat day, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna have a burger from McDonald's or whatever. Again, I keep bringing up McDonald's. I hate to say that, not dissing it. Don't want
No, we're fine.
to be bad publicity or anything.
No,
for
no,
that.
you're good.
But
speaking of cheat day, that would be today.
but I mean, you go there and you eat it, your body rejects it. It's just not healthy for you. It knows what it wants and knows what it should be in your what should be in your body. It's amazing.
These are conversations that like literally we just want to get out to everybody. Like, yeah, we're not a fitness show by any means, shape, or form. Like,
No, I'm not.
I know, hell
This
no.
was the last 10 weeks of my life for that food class I was in.
Oh yeah, like we sit around like, come on, like, do we look like a fitness show? I get it. Everyone on my wall scrolls have six packs, but it's they're just drawn
Only
that
got
way.
4.
No, you can't see it. It's just down below. It's
If you unzip the belt, you'll see it.
yeah, see, that's what we just don't want to see right now.
No.
But
PG.
it's like, no, it's always been for me like just trying to become healthier, so I could do like things like that and now do that. And that's why I called you out. Like I wanted to have a conversation with you later. Just like, give me a good workout routine. What could here everyone's like, oh, we're gonna go buy like this for the house, and like, oh, we're gonna get some cake and some ice cream. I'm like, and you're gonna keep that out of my freezer, okay? Because that's not happening. It's like, what are we doing? We're doing chicken, or we're doing like some ground beef. We're doing some steaks. We're doing something. We're not doing anything with like 4 pounds of gravy, 4 pounds of grease on it.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Like not here. You laugh and chuckle, Kyle.
No, I said,
Oh, okay. Yeah, the 4 pounds of grease.
no, 4 pounds of gravy.
Oh, I mean that does sound delicious. But the point is, like, I'm trying to keep, like, this is my house. I'm trying to keep it. Like, I got a 9-year-old. Like I said before, I gotta worry about not being big because she gets made fun of already, and high school's gonna be horrible.
Oh,
yeah.
High school's gonna be awful. Hey, like, what do you think about supplements and like protein powders and things like that?
Well, the younger you are, the less you need them. Depend on your diet or your eating habits.
Yeah.
Okay, get it from the food. I don't like supplements. I don't recommend supplements. Even my certification when I was certified did not actually allow me to recommend or say anything about supplements because if somebody would have gotten hurt or something like that, and they wanted to sue me, my certification would have got my back. They would have given me a lawyer and everything else. If it would have been something from supplements involved, they would not have gotten my back.
I gotcha.
So that's why I kind of stayed away from it. I did do like protein and I did creatine for a little while before I started going to school and everything else. I wasn't a real fan of it. I took the protein, I got really big and everything else, but it felt more like it was water weight than anything. I just
Retained, yes.
retained a lot of water. And then once I stopped taking it, I actually slimmed down a lot. And that's when I got in my best shape ever, was when I stopped taking all the supplements and depended on just the food that I ate. Coffee, right before a workout, there's your energy, it's more healthy, it's natural.
I was about to jump over this couch if you say I had to give up coffee.
Well, you do, not everyone else.
I'll stab you, Billy.
And then like the proteins, again, you get it from your meats, your chickens, and everything else. Cut down on the carbs, or get nice or get simple carbs. The thing is also is like you got to remember is, the proteins are going to keep you full longer. So that's another thing if you want to get nice eating habits. If you want to stay full and you say you're going to go out and you're going to go out to Comic-Con and walk around or everything else, well, you want to have a nice healthy high protein breakfast. That's going to keep you full for a long time. Later on, if you want to grab lunch or a snack or something, you want to go for something with carbs. More likely, if you're feeling hungry, you just need a little boost of sugar, basically. Your carbohydrates are going to give you that. So you could have I don't know, bread, some kind of bread or something like whatever like that. You know what carbs are. I don't feel like going into detail.
Is that a fat joke? No.
That's the good stuff right there.
And then later on, if you for dinner, if you're feeling hungry, you've had your snack, you've gone through the whole day, you just have a small portion of protein, a small little portion of carbohydrates, and you're good for the night. You don't have to worry about it.
Was it Kayla made up some chicken chili for last year's Ramen Con because the thing was like chicken and jelly chicken. It was just with some different sauce, and so it didn't turn out brown. And that was like a great idea. I'm like, just make like a giant portion of that because I'll eat that. Not breakfast, but lunch and dinner. I'll eat it. And
Bring a slow cooker to the room.
And you know what? We almost did for that event.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not. It's really if you got a hotel. Like I know people like my friend Birdie upstairs. Like he doesn't know where he's going to crash half the time.
Yeah.
So, but we ended up like we're sitting there like, oh, how are we going to reheat this? I thought there'd be a microwave in the room. Next thing, my friend Joe shows up at our friend Baldy shows up at the door. Joe Dennison from high school shows up at the door with a microwave in his hands, going, "Yeah, this was in my car." I'm like, what? He just dropped off a microwave in our room for the whole weekend. So
Never know when you need one, man.
He's like, well, I'm like, why do you have this? He's like, because we had leftovers from Ruby Tuesdays one night. We were at a con, and then we wanted to have it the next day, but we didn't have a microwave, so we went out and bought one, and it's been here ever since.
Nice.
Of like, geez, all right. So this is like, those are like the kinds of ideas, but people don't think that far ahead. Like you pretty much are fueled off of like soda and Pocky the entire weekend.
Well, I mean, eventually, once you start getting into the habit, you don't even think twice about it. You just do it. I know when I go out and when I go like for the new job that I just recently got, I got to go out to Texas, so for orientation, all that kind of stuff. So that involves me to get out of my comfort zone and start eating out there. And I'm already
Texas food.
Yeah. I'm already thinking about like, all right, well, I already know the healthier stuff that I'm going to eat and stay away from this and that. It's just, again, you get into the mind zone of it. You don't even think twice about it. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you on that one. I don't know. It's trying to get yourself into that dieting habit. Like I do take a pre-workout that have BCAAs in it. The Punishers is Chris. I get that away from that one. That one has like way too much for me.
Okay.
But like I get up at 4 a.m. every day trying to get into work and take that right before like my workouts right after my meeting. So it's like I just take that and then I literally just have a protein shake for lunch. Like,
okay.
And I'm not hungry until dinner. So I'm like, yes.
Okay.
And breakfast is usually like oatmeal with banana and like peanut butter. So I'm like, that's not bad. I mean, none of that should be really awful, horrible for me. Eat a hamburger later. It's like, you want a piece of cake? No, I do not. No, thank you. Nothing like high sugary sounds good to me right now. I'm trying my best. Like Fig Newton cookies is like the highest I go right now.
Wow. Okay.
And I had a milestone last night. Okay, I opened up a pack of that before I went to bed, and I only ate 2 cookies out of that thing. I did not devour the whole packet.
I had like 8 Chip Ahoy cookies last night.
See,
it was so good too. I enjoyed it.
I hate you.
I had ice cream.
I miss it right now.
See, I don't know. But if people, we're gonna add your information, like your email, get that from you before you leave. If people ever have questions for that, like, and that's how stuff goes. I mean, I don't expect you because you want to get your own gym, and if we ever tried that personal training stuff again. But people ever want to hit you up like on a through us to you. If you
Any questions?
I
have no problem answering questions. I enjoy it actually. And plus it's nice because it keeps me refreshed. And if I don't have the answer, I'll look it up. And it reminds me of like, okay, this is what does that. It helps me out just being a better person, better trainer, teacher, whatever.
See, this is what we like to do. We've had a physical trainer.
Good karma.
We've had a physical trainer. We've had pretty much a guy who runs an entire group of therapists on here a couple of weeks ago. Yep. The guy upstairs that you passed runs a convention. We've had 2 other convention heads come on here. This is pretty much what we do. We like to inform people of what's happening in the future, so people don't have to they're not going at all this stuff alone. I asked you because I want to do all my. There's no way I'm going to get that big
skinny
on my own. Hey, skinny. That dude's jacked.
I don't know. Not when he's wearing a suit.
I'm not doing the small version. I'm doing the muscle version. He knows which one. I showed him the video.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I want to do that, but also because I know it's gonna make me feel good, and I want people just to feel good about themselves.
that happiness to everyone else.
Okay. Yeah. So anybody, we're coming down to our last minute here. So anybody here who has any questions for Tony, we'll get them out there to him. If you have any we'll also on our YouTube video, when you find this video after it airs, you'll find it. You'll find his email sitting on tagged in the bottom of that. But please, just because he's small doesn't mean he knows what he's not doing here. He can kick the crap out of me. I ain't got him.
Bring
I'll
it on.
survive.
You'll survive.
I'm like an armadillo.
All right. So once again, we're with the Comic Clowns. Find us on Facebook, Gab Radio Network. Thank you for tuning in, listening to us on your Monday. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with us, and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
And
Thanks,
once again,
Tony.
Thank you, Tony, for coming
You're welcome.
on.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, of course. Love talking about this kind of stuff. This is Bruce Warchief Hoover.
And Kyle Darth Cooch Cookenbecker.
And as always, Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
Word.